What would happen if you found a letter from you to yourself from the past? I will tell you later, but let me write a letter to myself today and illustrate it. It is a folding technique from the Victorian era, a puzzle purse with a hidden secret message. As the days go by, the years turn and decades pass. Some things change, some things last. I carry along some dreams, a curious mind, and learn to love the new, but through it all stay true to some treasures of my heart, staying safely conserved in the memory of time. A core story lying beneath every step, sometimes apparently open to the eye or inherently hidden by the winding path of life. So today I write a letter to myself, to not forget, to remember the love that filled the existence, commemorate the glory and sadness, a love letter to life through time. For a while now I wanted to paint those beautiful Victorian puzzle purses or love letters. I found the folding technique so very special, and it reminded me of letters we wrote in our school days to friends. Especially today I wanted to write a love letter to myself. I think sometimes paintings are also a kind of letter to your future self. I found it happened to me a lot that my paintings and drawings also are some kind of connection to my past self. There are so many thoughts and feelings you can lay down in your painting some years after this, and when time has passed, you look at this again and think, oh yeah, I remember I was feeling this in this moment, and how lovely time, or even this was sad time. And I think it's really beautiful if an artwork or even sketches can represent something like this. It's like the timelines are crossing a bit, and you recognize how much it is a part of you and who you are now. Then it becomes more than a memory. So maybe you can do the experiment and write a letter to yourself, or maybe a love letter to yourself. I think this is a very cool opportunity, because when do you really take the time to think and write about you and recognize the great person you are? And maybe one day you'll open your letter and think about the day you wrote it, the feelings you had, the things that were important to you, and maybe how small your world was then, and what it has become later on. The day before my husband and I got married, our pastor gave us the challenge to write a letter to the other one and keep it for exactly 10 years. Now I know the letters are there. The letters are waiting for us to open them in a couple of years, and I am very excited to do this, and I'm glad we have done it. I can't tell you now how the experience will be, but I'm very curious. What if you wrote a letter to yourself, to your future self? I mean, think of all the days that will have gone by, the years that will have turned, the decades that will have passed. Some things change while others last. What dreams will have come true? Who you'd have loved who loved you too? What would you write in a love letter to yourself? What if you'd hide the letter in a secret place so no one finds it but your future you? I asked you at the beginning of the video what would happen if you found a letter from you from the past. Well, this is the case of Ray Bradbury with his poem Remembrance, and please let me allow you to tell you his story. There was a boy that once wrote a letter to himself. He hid his writing in an old oak tree. The days go by, the years turn and decades pass. As an old man, he comes back to the places of his childhood. He found the old oak tree, climbs up like he did so many times before. What? Was the letter still there? Here's a quote of the last verses of the poem Remembrance by Ray Bradbury. What, oh what, had I put there in words so many years ago? I opened it, for now I had to know. I opened it and wept. I clung then to the tree and let the tears flow out and down my chin. Dear boy, strange child, who must have known the years and reckoned time and smelled sweet death from flowers in the far churchyard. It was a message to the future, to myself, knowing one day I must arrive, come, seek, return, from the young one to the old, from the me that was small and fresh to the me that was large and no longer new. What did it say that made me weep? I remember you, I remember you.